Does any of this sound familiar to you?
These types of dictators often rise up through the government by being elected legitimately at first, and then they weaken the media, pack courts with loyalists, and just change the country's constitution. Every dictator is different, but there are similarities in how dictators come to power. A playbook, if you will. They often exploit moments of crisis or instability. Autocrats kind of thrive in moments of chaos because psychologically people want stability, and they'll support a strong man to get that stability, even if that's the person that caused the chaos in the first place. They'll often use that unrest as an excuse to impose martial law or suspend the Constitution, basically give themselves emergency powers that they rarely ever give up. It's also not uncommon for them to just push their opponents to the point of violence so that they can use that violence as an excuse to take over, which they do by gaining control of security forces. Now, this might be the actual government military or police forces, or it might be a formation of their own personal security forces. Because they can pontificate and bluster all they want, but eventually they need that, brute force to bend people to their will, and then do things like eliminate their opposition. And this can be done through electoral shenanigans, but it can also mean jailing, banishing, or just straight up executing them. Dictators want to control the media, especially the cult of personality types. They want people to be hearing only the good things about themselves, or just to saturate the media with stories about themselves to maintain relevance in people's lives. This can mean jailing or executing journalists under the guise of defending the state against treasonous messaging. It can also be done through disinformation campaigns to just flood the media with false and contradictory facts to confuse people and sow that chaos that they love so much. They maintain strict economic control by nationalizing industries and directing government money to their friends in industries that are favorable to them and away from others that aren't. This can also be weaponized against the populace by keeping people too poor and hungry to rebel, or they can go the opposite way and just shower the populace with gifts and infrastructure to secure their allegiance. And of course, they carefully maintain loyalty networks. Dictatorships are not a meritocracy. They're I'll suck up to this guy and he'll put me in a position of power. Nothing is more important to a dictator than unquestioning loyalty. And they'll often make examples of those around them to show what happens if you're not loyal enough. It might get worse before it gets better, because dictators almost always take things too far and the pendulum